Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining today's webinar. My name is Janet Fernandez, and I'm one of the BDMs here at Empowered Mortgages. Today, we will be talking about one of our most popular topics, foreign nationals, along with some of our flexible lending criteria and few unique selling points that really makes Empower stand out. I'll also be covering the different types of visa we accept, our debt consolidation works, our approach to adverse credit, and finally a few extra USP that could really help you with with your next case. While I'm presenting, please feel free to drop your questions into the chat at any point, and I'll do my best to answer them live as we go along. And just so you know, this session has been recorded and a link will be sent to your inbox afterwards. So if you need to take a call or step away, don't worry, you can always rewatch it later. All right, let's dive straight in. One of the areas where Empowered really shine is our foreign national policy. We have seen a growing number of clients looking to buy their first home here in the UK, whether it be for stability, investments, or simply to put down roots. At Empowered Mortgage, we are proud to support those clients through flexible, straightforward criteria. Here, how it works. We can go up to 90% loan to value if the applicant has been in the UK for 2 or more years. If they have been for less than 2 years, that's still perfectly fine. We can go up to 75% loan to value. There's no minimum income requirement as long as the case is affordable. And importantly, there's no minimum time that is required to be left on the visa. So, for example, even if someone's visa is expiring in 3 months, there's not an issue for us. We know most lenders require at least 9 to a year remaining, but with Empowered, that's not necessary. For about the visas, for applicants with PRR, we can lend up to 90%. Those are UK and Irish citizens, settled status holders, applicants with indefinite leave to remain. For applicants without PRR, we have at least 2 years UK resident history. We can lend up to 90% loan to value. Those with less than 2 years, that's maximum loan to value would be reduced to 75%. The visas we would consider are Tier 1, skilled worker visa, spousal dependent visas, BNO and BNO dependents. If they don't have the right themselves, they can still apply jointly with a spouse or a partner who does. For example, someone with a UK or Irish passport. And if you are even unsure which visa we accept, it's really easy to check. Just go to our Ask Max tool, which is on our website, type in visa types, and it brings up the full list we work with. I will show you how at the end of our webinar. I remember a case from just a couple of months ago that really highlighted how flexible helping brokers and clients. We received a call from broker who had a client working in the UK on a skilled worker visa. The client had just renewed their visa, but the new paperwork hadn't come through. When the broker tried placing the case with another lender, they hit a wall. Every lender they approached had a policy required at least 9 to 12 months remaining on the visa. Meanwhile, the client was panicking because they had already found their dream home and didn't want to lose it over something so technical. The broker then brought the case to us. Because Empower does not have any minimum time remaining required on the visa, we were able to look at the applicant straight away. Not only that, the client received a quick offer. Really, it was pretty very quick. And the broker later told us that completely turned what had been a stressful situation into a success story. It's a small details in our criteria, but it makes a huge difference, especially for brokers who don't want to lose a deal just because of visa timing. And that's something truly unique about Empowered. Next, let's talk about debt consolidation, another area we deal with very quite often. Any cases where there is an element of debt consolidation, we will max the loan to value at 80%. We do not have a cap on the total amount of debt and can consider up to 100% debt to income. Any debts that have been paid off before completion, we also be excluding from the affordability. This will give the client a bit of a boost with affordability. We also help making the keying of the case easy by conducting soft search very early on the AIP process that we can actually pull through a customer's credit commitment and giving broker visibility of what we have found on Experian, who is who we use as a credit reference agency. All we want to know from you is one on each commitment, which are going to be ongoing post completion, which will be paid off with the customer's own fund or being consolidated as a part of mortgage via a drop down menu. This really helps the broker deal with the credit commitments on an application, making it simple and speedy. So, whether it's a credit card, personal loan, or car finance, Empowered offers a simple and flexible way to consolidate debts. Now, I want to talk about adverse credit for lenders that is constantly high on sourcing. I think we have a very accommodating credit history policy. And again, we try to make the process as simple as possible. When you start an AIP, after keying the client's basic information on the system, we will perform a soft credit check in the background as you move into keying in the affordability details. If the system picks up the customer's credit score or conducts history is outside of our criteria, it will tell you whether the application will be declined because the credit is outside of policy. Unlike other lenders, where you will have to complete the whole AIP to know if the credit passes, our system will stop you from wasting any more time with a case that won't fit. It saves a lot of time and it helps you focus on efforts where it matters. Here's a quick overview of adverse credit criteria. We do not accept any unsatisfied CCJs or whether there are any registered in the last 3 years. Again, we do not accept any unsatisfied defaults or where there have been any registered in the last 3 years. However, we do ignore communication defaults up to £500, for example, missed phone bills. When it comes to areas, we do require all missed payment to be up to date on the application, including showing on customer's credit report. We can consider one missed payment in the last 6 months or two in the last 24 months, aggregated across all accounts. This can be secured or unsecured missed payment. We cannot accept any active debt management or collection cases within the last 6 months, or pay day loans taken out within the last 2 years. And finally, if there's been a bankruptcy, IVA, or DRO registered in the last 6 years, we won't be able to consider that application regardless of its current status. Now, let's look at a couple of extra USPs that are really worth remembering. First, NHS trainee doctors. If they've completed their F1 training and have a contract confirming their future salary, we are happy to accept the income for affordability. It gives a new medical professional much more flexibility early in their career. Second, 0 hour contract. We can accept applicants who have been employed for at least 12 months, provided their combined hours don't exceed 60 hours per week. You'll always have full support from here, from us here at Empowered. You've got BDMs, which is myself and Sky Fisher, and we always are here to help you with your cases. You can also reach our Ask Max support team between Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 p.m. And don't forget the Ask Max search tool on our website, which is available for you 24/7. It's a quick way to check criteria, visa type, and more anytime, anywhere. I'll just show you how it looks. So when you go to our website, that's Ask Max. So if you just type any question you've got and just click on search, what it does is it will bring up the relevant information. As you see, this is now doing it live. There you go. So it will give you all the information about, I'd asked question about visa types, and it's now telling me about the different types of visa we accept, and also hyperlink if you need to read more about it. These are my contact details if you want to save it. If you have any questions, please pop them into the Q&A. I'll give a minute to see what comes around. Otherwise, I'm happy for you to contact me after or book in some time if you want to go over anything we've talked about here today. Anything else in general. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've really enjoyed hosting this session and I hope you found it useful. We run these webinars every 2 weeks, and our next one will be hosted by Sky Fisher, who is the other BTM, who will be introducing our Max team. It's going to be a fun and informal session to help you get to know us better. So keep an eye out for those invites, and I hope to see you there. I'll give it a couple of more minutes just to see if there's any questions. Okay, so I've got a question asking about thrift saving for deposits. So for foreign national using thrift saving from deposit, we cannot accept this policy. Um, our loan to income is 5.45 times for an individual earnings as well. Thank you so much, guys, for asking such amazing questions. It's really will help everyone joining us today. Future additional hours for NHS trainee doctors, we will just accept the value on the onward contract as well. It's also case dependent. So if you have any case you think if you're not sure whether empowered it fits the empowered policies, you can just drop us an email. What we can do is we can look into that and come back to you as well. I think that's all the questions for today. Thank you again for joining and have a fantastic day, guys. Thank you.